students, how are you? I hope all are good. So today let me start SST chapter number 11 इंटीरियर ऑफ द अर्थ, यानी कि अर्थ के अंदर क्या क्या है, अंदर की जो स्टडी है. ज्योग्राफी इज द साइंस डीलिंग विद द रियल डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ द अर्थ सरफेस एज शोन इन द कैरेक्टर, अरेंजमेंट एंड इंटररिलेशंस of such elements as climate, elevation, vegetation, population and land use. Interior of the earth. The interior of the earth is also a dynamic one, like its surface, and is made up of rocks. किससे बना हुआ है? Rock से बना हुआ है. These rocks are formed in layers one upon another and exert enormous downward pressures. There is great heat in the interior of the earth. The pressure and heat act together to keep the interior in a dynamic state. So, how do we know about Earth's interior? It is not possible to undertake direct studies about the interior of the Earth. Thus, most of our knowledge about the structure and the interior of the Earth is based on the behavior of seismic or earthquake waves. The earthquake waves are generated in the interior of the Earth. They travel to the surface at different speeds. They tell us whether the interior is constituted of solid or liquid, because S waves or surface waves are not transmitted through liquid, moreover volcanoes and earthquakes. So, throw up materials from the interior of the earth to the surface. On the basis of certain law of chemistry and physics, scientists have established that the interior of the earth has made up of rocks in solid and liquid form. तो ये दोनों फॉर्म्स में है जो इसका इंटीरियर है, सॉलिड भी है और लिक्विड भी है. स्ट्रक्चर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज द इंटीरियर ऑफ द अर्थ इज डिवाइडेड इनटू 3 मेन लेयर. 3 परतों में विभाजित है. कौन कौन सी है? क्रस्ट, मेंटले एंड कोर. क्रस्ट क्या होता है? सॉलिड आउटर. ठीक है, ये सॉलिड चीज है, ये दिस वन जो सॉलिड आउटर है, शेल ऑफ द अर्थ इज कॉल्ड क्रस्ट. इट इज अ वेरी थिन लेयर. इट इज थिकनेस वेरीज फ्रॉम अबाउट 5 किलोमीटर अंडर द ओशियन टू अबाउट 40 किलोमीटर अंडर द प्लेन्स लाइक गैंगेटिक प्लेन और द प्रेरीज फॉर नॉर्थ अमेरिका, अंडर हाई माउंटेन्स सच एज द हिमालयाज एंड द एल्प्स. द क्रस्ट may vary in thickness from 50 kilometer to 80 kilometer. Continental crust and oceanic crust. The crust can be broadly divided into continental landmass and ocean floor. The main mineral constituents of the continental landmass are silica, aluminium together, called Sial. The oceanic crust is called Sima, magnesium after its main mineral elements. अब mantle क्या होता है? Below the crust lies the mantle which extend. This one, ये क्रस्ट हो गया, ये अंदर मेंटल, ये आउटर कोर हो गया, ये इनर कोर हो गया. ठीक है, विच एक्सटेंड टू अ डेप्थ ऑफ 900 किलोमीटर. द मेंटल इज डिवाइडेड इनटू 2 पार्ट्स, अपर एंड लोअर मेंटल. व्हाइल द अपर मेंटल इज इन अ सॉलिड स्टेट, द लोअर मेंटल इज इन अ सेमी मोल्टन कंडीशन. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक आता है हमारा कोर. Core lives below the mantle. It extends to a depth of about 3,500 km to 5,000 km. It is also divided into 2 sections, outer core and inner core. The outer core is in a liquid state and is said to be in motion. The motion is generated by differences in heat. Boundary zone. Each of the layer is separated from the other by a wide boundary zone, which has the characteristics of both the upper and lower parts. The boundary that separates the crust from the mantle is called the Moho discontinuity. It was discovered by an earth scientist named Andrija Mohorvik. The boundary between the core and the mantle is known as the core-mantle interface. Rock and minerals. The lithosphere consists of rocks, यानी कि litho is a Greek word which means rock. Rocks are made up of minerals. This is because rocks are constantly being made and destroyed by nature itself. जो rock होते हैं अपने आप ही वो बनते हैं और बाय नेचर मतलब प्रकृति के द्वारा ही ये डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाते हैं. Rock is defined as the natural solid material which form the crust of earth. Rocks do not have definite chemical composition. They may be hard like granite or soft like clay. The hardness, color and rigidity depend on the mineral content of the rock. The following table depicts the comparison between rock and mineral. A rock is an aggregate of minerals. A mineral contains only one ore and has atomic structure. A rock is a natural and solid material forming the earth. So, a mineral is a natural inorganic compound found in rocks. Rocks are chiefly of three types, and there are about 2,000 types of non-minerals. A rock has no definite chemical composition. This can vary from specimens found at one place to those found at another place. Number 4, a mineral has definite chemical composition. Minerals can be divided into two categories, metallic and non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals क्या होता है? The rock which are rich in metals are known as ores. Ores have a tendency to get concentrated, particularly in rocks. It is because when magma comes in contact with water, it dissolves the metal-rich minerals. The solution is leading to concentration of metallic minerals at a certain place. Mines are therefore sited where large concentrations of metallic minerals are found. Some of the important metallic minerals are iron, gold, silver, copper, lead, zinc, mercury, and platinum also. Non-metallic minerals are found in the Earth's crust with sedimentary rocks. Only inorganic substances are regarded as minerals. However, for general understanding, salts, clay, and petroleum are also included among non-metallic minerals. These are slate, gabbro, limestone, granite, shale, basalt. Types of rocks. अब ये rocks कितने types के होते हैं? Mount Rushmore made of granite. On the basis of their mode of formation, rock can be classified mainly in three categories, which igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. So igneous rocks क्या होता है? These are called the primary rocks because they were the first to be formed on the earth, and all other rocks are ultimately derived from them. So they are formed by cooling and solidification of the molten matter of the earth. Igneous is derived from Latin word ignis, meaning fiery. The Sanskrit word agni also has a similar meaning. So there are two types of igneous rocks: intrusive igneous and extrusive igneous. The molten matter known as magma during its movement enters rocks crevices and comes out on Earth's surface. It is then known as lava. The lava rapidly cools down and becomes solid. Rocks formed in such a way are known as extrusive igneous rocks. Basalt is a fine example of extrusive igneous rock. Like all other extrusive igneous rock, it has fine grained structure being thermal in organ solidification may take place in the interior of Earth as well. Rocks so formed are called intrusive igneous rocks because of slow cooling and solidification. They have large grains. So these rocks are also called plutonic rocks. These rocks are of various types of depending on how and when the magma solidifies. Important examples of instructive rocks are granite and gabbro. Economic importance क्या है इनकी? These rocks supply various types of mineral. Granite is used for house building and idol making. Pumic stone is used as an abrasive. Basalt and dolerite are used for road making. Okay, gravestones and monuments are made from these hard-bearing rocks. Sedimentary rocks. These rocks are found in various forms and are regarded as the Earth's outermost crust. The elements of climate, temperature, rainfall, and air break down the rocks on the surface of the Earth. These materials, removed by rivers, wind, and glaciers, are transported and deposited in depressions, oceans, and lakes. Layer upon layer is thus deposited over millions of years. These layers are then compacted or cemented due to heavy overlying pressures. These hardened layers are known as sedimentary rocks. Sometimes the remains of dead animals and plants which get trapped in the layers of sedimentary rocks are called fossils. Coal, oil, and natural gas are fossil fuels obtained from this type of rocks. Example of sedimentary rocks are limestone, sandstone, shale, conglomerate, and slate. ये रॉक है सारे, उसके टाइप्स ऑफ रॉक्स हैं. Many sedimentary rocks like shale contain oil. Sedimentary rocks are widespread and besides being source of coal, petroleum, and gas also from soil. Okay, characteristics. These rocks are formed in layers or strata and therefore also called stratified rocks. Being of secondary origin, they are also called secondary rocks. They are made of particular matter. They consist of fossil of animals and plants. These rocks bear marks of ripples, waves, and mud. They are non-crystalline rocks. They are soft and easily eroded. They form about 75% of our surface. Okay, economic importance. They are the main source of coal and mineral oils. Clay, cement, glass, and sand are made from these rocks. Limestone is used for building purpose. Many chemicals and fertilizers are obtained from these rocks contained in bulk crystallized particles. Metamorphic rocks. The word metamorphosis in Greek means change of form. जो चेंज हो जाते हैं, जिनकी फॉर्म बदल जाती है. Metamorphic rocks are actually glues or sedimentary rocks which have been changed due to excessive heat and pressure inside the earth. Small crystals combine together and form large crystals. Various minerals combine to form new minerals. The rocks thus transformed are called metamorphic rocks. The act of metamorphism takes hundreds of years. The main examples are marble, slate, gneiss, quartzite, etc. Characteristics. They are hard and weather resistant rocks that cannot be eroded easily. Metamorphism takes place to great depths in the Earth's interior under condition of intense temperature and pressure. So they are brought to the surface by movements deep within the earth. They are recrystallized rocks. Example, limestone, marble. Original rock, metamorphic rock, shell, slate, granite, gneiss, sandstone, quartzite, coal, graphite, and mica, schist. Economic significance. Granite, graphite, and marble are obtained from these rocks. Okay, the Taj Mahal is built of pure white marble, जिसको संगमरमर बोलते हैं. Fine powders are derived from these rocks. After refining, minerals can yield metals like gold, silver, copper, and aluminium. Rock cycle. The rock cycle is the change in types of rocks in sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic varieties, including the process of weathering and erosion. In this continuous process, rocks are recycled and converted into one or the another form through weathering, erosion, melting, solidification, and change of form on account of pressure and heat. The rock cycle continues endlessly, turning over the earth's raw materials and maintaining its freshness and vitality down the edges. So, all topics are covered in this chapter here. I hope you all are very well understand this chapter. So, we will meet your next class. Thank you.